Hi, I'm Chris from learngrasshopper.com. In this video, I will guide you step by step on how to get started with Grasshopper for Tekla structures. I will first show you exactly where you can download Rhino, Grasshopper, and the latest version of Tekla structures completely for free. Then, I will walk you through setting everything up correctly, ensuring a smooth integration between Grasshopper and Tekla using LiveLink. At the end, I will highlight some common mistakes users make when configuring LiveLink and show you how to easily resolve them. This lesson is just a sneak peek into my comprehensive Grasshopper in Tekla training, designed specifically for Tekla users with basic Grasshopper knowledge. Throughout 10 practical and structured modules, I will teach you how to automate repetitive tasks in Tekla that currently take up valuable time in your workday. Ready to take your productivity to the next level? Visit grasshopper-tekla.com to reserve your seat for the next training session. Now, let's go to installation process. First, we are going to start with Rhino source. Rhino source can be downloaded through the official website, rhino3d.com, and then you can download. There you can find two versions, one for the Windows and second one for Mac. If you never used Rhino before, you can just download it and get the license for 90 days. This license is just a one-time evaluation license, so if you install on your computer, you cannot install that one more time. But if you have another computer, of course, you can use that for another 90 days. You can fill out all the information, create your account there for free, and get the evaluation version. If you used already all the license, so you have to purchase the commercial license. You can find in your country reseller, and for sure you can find out the full Rhino version license. Okay, so on the website you are going to download, you will get the license key that you will activate it. Afterwards, we will see the main screen of a Rhino where we can choose the template. For some of you will have already the template that can be used. If you have it, so please go to large objects. We are going to use with Tekla large objects and mostly in millimeters. Next point is to open Grasshopper. To open Grasshopper, for sure you already know, you can go to command and just write a Grasshopper. Second option is to go to tools and choose Grasshopper from there, and the third one is just to click the icon. So in this way you will open Grasshopper. One additional important note here: for this particular training, Grasshopper in Tekla, you can use both Rhino 7 and Rhino 8, but with Rhino 8 you have to change one of the functions. Before installing everything in Rhino 8, you have to set .NET runtime. How to make it? It's really easy. Let's look at it. So here in the comment, in the top, in the comment, you have to write set .NET runtime and then change from default to net framework. Okay, so one more time. In the command, we are writing set.NET runtime. We confirm with enter. We are changing the default, clicking on the default, and then we are choosing from this free option net framework. And then we're going to get the warning that we have to restart the Rhino, and then everything will work. So remember about that. All right, we have Grasshopper and Rhino already installed. Now let's go to Tekla. All the presented lessons I'm going to show on the newest Tekla version. The reason is simple. The new releases of Tekla comes with the new options that are not available on the previous Tekla version. I would like to focus on the most updated plugin. So if you would like to proceed with all the installation process and then later with the all updates, I really recommend to download educational version of Tekla. It's available for free. I will show the whole process. But if you would like to stay with your Tekla version that supports LiveLink, don't worry, I will also show you the whole process. Okay, so let's go to the first thing. In order to download the Tekla educational version, you have to create a free Trimble identity in order to get this license. So if you go to the tekla.com and to the download, the first step you will have to do is to create your account. Here you have to just specify your name, educational type, and what area of study or discipline you are representing. Then you have to sign up to Tekla online profile using your Trimble identity. So after starting, you will be available to activate your license. So here you will get educational license for 365 days. Then you can go to the Tekla site and go to Tekla Structure Educational and download the latest version. So first you will have to accept all the limitations that are in the educational version. For example, you cannot open saved model from educational with the standard Tekla version. It's really important. And then you can select the newest version. In this case, it's 2025, and still no service packs are released. But if you are downloading it later, so please download the latest service pack available. Environmental, you can also download the default environmental, but we will come back to this one. Okay, so if you are going to download the X file of the newest Tekla version, so you can just play it. Sometimes it will be some Microsoft .NET framework missing, so it will be installed automatically. If you do not have permission to install all the Tekla, so you have to ask administration at your company, so they should install everything for you. So standard procedure going through the installation process next. Here it's really important where are you placing. So it's standard. All the old version of Tekla are installed in the C drive / Tekla structures. Now from 2024 there is a program files and Tekla structure. It's not that it's really important to be strict and use the similar one for all Tekla versions, because when we are going to all the libraries to C# components, we are going to refer to this folder. And afterwards, clicking next, and you will have the Tekla installed. All right, so now we have all three softwares that we are going to play with. Now we have to glue all these all these softwares together. So now we have to download Tekla Live Link. And to download, and it's really important to download the version of Tekla Live Link that you are working with. So this is the first thing. And the second thing, that you can find two versions of Grasshopper-Tekla Live Link. So one is just called Grasshopper-Tekla Live Link, but the second one is called Grasshopper-Tekla Live Link Campus Edition. Campus Edition is just prepared for educational version of Tekla. All right, so you have to remember. So if you would like to work with the latest version and you don't have any license, so you need to also download the Grasshopper-Tekla Live Link. And you make sure that download a package targeting to the installed Tekla version. I will going to repeat because it's one of the most common mistakes that students are making. And this Grasshopper-Tekla Live Link, of course, can be found on the warehouse, where you can, if you have access to maintain version of subscription model, so you can just download. All right, so now let's go to the whole process. So if you're downloading from the warehouse or if you're downloading from the Discord, you will download the zip file. So the zip file, you have to extract it, and the best one is to just extract it on your C drive at the start. And in the folder, you will find different files. So you will see that we have installation instruction, we have Grasshopper-Tekla Live Link help, we have Grasshopper-Tekla Live example, we have live Tekla link, Tekla link loader, Tekla link 2025 DLL, and we have release notes. Okay, so first we have to extract it to one folder, and the second step is to unblock your exe file. So if you right click on the setup file, you have to right click, go to properties if you're working on Windows, and go and click unblock this file and then click apply and OK. This is what we have to do in order to properly install. It's really important to do that. Next thing, I already said that with Rhino 8, we have to set the .NET runtime. If you are having Rhino 8 in Rhino 6 or 7, it's not necessary, but in Rhino 8, it's really important to have it. All right, and then after this installation should be fine, and this will be installed everything automatically, we have to restart Rhino and Grasshopper. So remember, always when you installing new version of Tekla Livelink, the safest option is to close Tekla, is to close Rhino, Grasshopper, and then go through all the installation. How this process, manual process look like? It's really similar. You have to also unblock the files that you would like to, but you have to copy them manually. And we would like to copy two files. So copy Grasshopper-Tekla link launcher, GHA, and Grasshopper-Tekla live link with the version DLL. So remember, right click and check with the properties if these two files are blocked. If are blocked, and then unblock it, and then copy that into the Grasshopper component folder. So the path can be found going through the file menu. So go to file, special folder, and components folder. So you will have this all the folder folder where you can copy and paste all these two files. But remember, close Grasshopper and Rhino. Without username, you can also access that with the c/user/percentage symbol and updata% and /grasshopper libraries. So it will automatically find the username. So if you don't know how to find it. And then you have to copy this Tekla link and the loader in the folder. And if you have to replace any existing files, so the safest version is to delete all the Tekla related files that was from previous one and put it in together with other plugins. And two last more things. So always make sure you download the package targeting the installed Tekla version. It's really important. And the second, there can be multiple Grasshopper-Tekla live links installed on your computer and Grasshopper. This was one of the new features improved by Sebastian. And actually now you can install several versions. So if you will put in the component library, you will find the Tekla Livelink 2021, 23, 24, and you will have also one loader file. So every time when you are opening Grasshopper, will ask you which version to choose from. So you can see here, I had some previously 3 versions installed. So every time Grasshopper will ask me to choose the correct version. I will also show you what was previously what was the standard way to install Grasshopper-Tekla Livelink. So it was that Grasshopper-Tekla Livelink educational version, and the standard version it was Grasshopper GH file. And as it is right now with the loader and the DLL file, we have to copy them to older files. So it's a similar way to install. It's from the version 2019 and older, and we have to also check out if they are unblocked and copy normally. So the process looks similar, but with the newest version is improved, so we can have several versions installed, and we just do it with the one click. Okay, that's all for the installation process. Now let's go how we can set up this Livelink connection to work, and I will also show you some examples why Tekla Livelink is not working. So we will go through some troubleshooting. Everything should be installed now. Let's go through the setup process. So always remember, if you are installing new or updating new Livelink, always do it when Tekla and Rhino are closed. If you install everything, then you can open first Tekla structures, always Tekla structure first, and then launch Rhino and Grasshopper. So if everything is installed properly, a new component tab labeled Tekla version at the top and the ribbon will appear. So we have the menu with the context menu, and we have the ribbon with all the components. You can also test it if you can create all the elements with the new live link. So in the folder with downloaded folder from the warehouse, you can see Grasshopper-Tekla link example. So you can just open it through Grasshopper, or you can drag and drop to Grasshopper canvas, and you will see this kind of solution. There is a silo, there is a multi-story building, there is also roof structure. And if it's something is not working and you can see it, so we will go through troubleshooting and all the cases, so don't worry. But if everything is installed, so everything properly, so this should work. So to sum up, so after the connection is established between Grasshopper and Tekla Live Link, you can use the components to transfer data between Grasshopper and Tekla structures. So always we have to open Tekla structure first, and then Grasshopper and Rhino to establish this connection. Now, most important, if something is not working, we'll go through many different scenarios. So first, why I can see any object. So if you drag and drop this example that creates Tekla elements, so you can make two things. So first, make sure that the visibility depth is set up for higher value, for example, 2,500, 50,000, or even more. So to check it, because all the objects from this example are created above the standard object area. The second is that you can create your own new view that selected object will be entirely fit into view. So what can you do? You can just Control A, click on that combination to select all the objects visible in Tekla, and then right click and create a view and 3D view. So you should supposed to see all the objects together. Okay, so this is the first thing. Another problems that are really common. Why doesn't the link create anything in Tekla structure? So make sure you launch the Tekla model first. I said it already. Make sure that you are not using the viewer or planner configuration of Tekla structures or the carbon license. So you can create with this object. So basically, if you would like to create like a beam object and something would be red, so first of all, maybe you haven't opened, you are not seeing that because you had opened Grasshopper first. Maybe you have also installed the wrong version of Lighting. This can be also true. In other case, maybe your license is not obligated to create objects. So remember about that. This is also has to be covered correct license. What more? Check if you have a correct service packs and the Tekla structure installed. Sometimes I had some issues that it was solved with the service pack. So sometimes first update to make your Tekla structure up and running, download the latest version from the Tekla structure website and then try it again. Set a workout area to entire model. I show it with the view and depth. Check that the profile and grades are chosen. Sometimes, especially for the first time when you're creating steel beams or if you're creating rebars, so sometimes component is not working, so giving some error messages. And most of the cases are the grades are not set up for the reinforcement on the profiles, that you are using the profiles that are not defined in your environment. So please check this out. What more? The link might fail to load if you try to use educational version with the full Tekla version and vice versa. So This is the advantage of the educational version, that we can use it as a normally with some limitation. But disadvantage, of course, is because it's for free, that we cannot open and work on the commercial project in the full Tekla versions. What else can go wrong? You can remove any existing file name Grasshopper-Tekla live link, GHA, or Grasshopper-Tekla live link from the libraries that are older. So sometimes maybe you have really old files and there can be some clashes. So always, if you would like to update it, so always try to delete all the old files with everything which is Tekla and try to go through installation process one more time. Sometimes you can also have DLL files. For example, number 3, you have Tekla structure drawing.dll and Tekla structure model DLL. Some people has it because of the C# component and accessing Tekla API, but they're not necessary, and actually they can make conflicts. There is also a trick that maybe can cause problems in your case, that you have Grasshopper-Tekla drawing clean installed in the previous form with the GHH shortcut at the end after dot, and you can just manually change it to DLL. We had some troubles with that. So if you have old Grasshopper-Tekla drawing link extension, so you can change it to DLL. What more? Point number 5, reasons that, for example, the type Grasshopper developer setting into Rhino command prompt. So you can also check this if you have checkbox to hit OK. It's not the often case, but maybe the Grasshopper developer settings are blocking something, and you have the restart Rhino and Grasshopper, and Tekla tab should now be visible. It's not visible. And one of the last thing, you might have another Rhino and the Grasshopper plugin installed that reference another version of service pack of Tekla structure. So it can be case with the drawing link, as I said before, but also Geometry Gym has also live link that's similar working and can be some conflicts. So you're supposed to also delete them and install, maybe also put them on different folders. What about imperial units? So for the geometry, the Tekla components will use the units of the currently open Rhino document and then translated them to units of the current open Tekla model. So always remember, if you are opening Tekla and Rhino, to change the units accordingly and to restart, save the file of Rhino and open it again, and the same with Tekla. So the scales is read whenever a Rhino document is created or open. So it's necessary to reopen the document if changing the scale for the document settings. So certain attributes inputs like parametric profile section that we have in most cases, for example in millimeters, might need to be presented in this format, even if Tekla and Rhino models are using sometimes something else, like feet and inches. So you have to scale accordingly. And if Rhino document is change point picked in Tekla, we'll use the new scale. However, reference of internalized Rhino Grasshopper points and geometry value won't adapt. So every time when you are internalizing some of your points that you are manually clicking from Tekla, the scale will not change. So you have to be aware that. So when changing the units in Rhino, remember to change also the grid spacing. So in tools, options and grid, and you can just set up everything up and running. All right. So that was all the troubleshooting that I prepare for you. If you still have problems, so please contact me and for sure we can fix it out. Below this video, you will find a downloadable PDF of the presentation slides. Still having trouble with the installation? Feel free to comment below or contact me directly at chris@learngrasshopper.com. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and share it with others who are ready to take Tekla structure skills to the next level. I'm looking forward to welcoming you to our learning community. Have a good one.